Let's see what they can do. All in all, I want to see Rally. I'm glad what you got's playing it. He hasn't had good representation today. He's been picked a couple times, but mostly ineffective. So let's see if what you got can kind of change things a bit. I am a big fan of that hero as well. The Seismic Slam, really
Yeah, that's
tight
what I was
window.
mentioning with Seismic Slam. Just the Compel Seismic Slam combo being just another burst avenue that the squishy Legion lineup is going to have to worry about.
Yep. Yes, they are gonna have to bulk up. You know, Torturer, if you build him that way, can become that physical all right, we're not gonna focus him first. You know what I mean? Engineer.
Oh, I love Torturer. I was talking about this is one of my favorite heroes in the game yesterday, and the fact that it's just so versatile, and it really heroes like Torturer and I feel like Wretched Hag kind of display player personality best because of how versatile they are in regards to the item pool. You can use almost every item in the shop arsenal to some extent on these heroes, and it's pretty fun to see.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see what Puppet Soul brings. Game 3, the horn has been sounded. Daunova Brigada versus Buckno GG. Winner of this advances to today's Cycle 1 Grand Finals. Good luck, teams, and oh wait. It's gonna be interesting. Pebbles gets the solo lane, which means he's gonna get those early levels, but depending on how Puppet Soul plays his Torturer, this could be a very pricey regen lane for him. And she joins the party too.
So Engineer is here to try and prevent, as we kind of predicted, we don't want Pebbles having a very good time this game. So Engineer trying to zone, just give the best start to Torturer as well, because Torturer is one of those heroes that maybe isn't as fast-paced in terms of being able to kill the enemy team, but if Torturer is able to get a good start, this is, talk about a snowball hero, right? This hero can just start farming like crazy, and we got a 1v1 in the top lane between Kraken and Magnus, and Magnus already flexed on his stuff on Kraken, getting him down to about 40% HP. So,
oh man, that is a clash of the titans, because you got the splash, you got the volcanic touch. It's really who can line up perfectly, punishing the opponent's positioning with those abilities, splash the damage. You see how much damage can go out in mid lane onto Pebbles here. Just one
nice,
or two stuns and almost takes
nice
him all
chain
the way out.
reaction stun landing between Pebbles and Andro. Pebbles has to be very careful now.
What do we think about? Oh no, turret connects the chain. Oof. Is this Andro gonna be able to provide ample support to get Pebbles where he needs, or do they need to swap his lane?
Yeah, I mean he's taken a lot of harassment, but the mana bars between Engineer and Torture are kind of diminishing, so he's going to be able to maybe hang around for a little bit. Might not have to commit to a lane swap just yet, but Engineer does pick up the top rune. And it's a regen rune in the bottom lane, secured by Andro, so.
Good pickup. Don't want that getting into their hands. Rune control, very important in this matchup for sure.
And we're going to see Andromeda rotate towards the bottom lane and potentially catch Voodoo Jester off guard, taking the flank path.
There goes the cast.
On to Corrupted.
Level 1 curse comes out late. I think he was waiting to get 2. Rally with him with the compel. Clank's in a bad position here. He's got the flight, but immediately just pinned to the ground. Ends up being a trade.
Yep, so the Bloodlust on Andrew's support with the return kill for Clanks, but it's Clanks that does end up falling. But meanwhile, they had to commit the Andro rotation into the bottom lane to make that happen, and Pebbles kind of gets left behind here in the mid lane, not having the best time farming. As you can see, he's only at 170 GPM. So, meanwhile, Puppet Soul trying to steadily climb up to 300.
Not to mention a combined 11 denies between Torture and Engineer. I mean, they're really... Pebbles can recover with levels and no gold, but no levels and no gold, I think that's exactly what you were talking about. Legion teams executing that pretty well right now.
Yeah, they really want to try and shut down those Clanks, but I really like Legion's lineup. You know, like I was saying, it's kind of risky because of how squishy they are against the Pebbles, but they're doing a good job of shutting down this Pebbles right now, and they have this fantastic dual core between Clanks and Torturer. So, you know, just kind of splitting the priority, but Voodoo Jester actually going to get gone on.
Gets punished.
And gets punished, but yeah, the fact that they've got Clanks and Torturer having a pretty decent time here. Pebbles
Keg doesn't connect, nor does the turret. Pebbles thinking his lucky stars there. I mean, that's the thing. If Legion gets off to such a great start, then you know, the fact that they're squishy is kind of mitigated a little bit. They might be, you know, so itemized that squishy factor just never comes into play.
But they're not doing shabby here in the bottom lane either. You know, Andro's having a good time. 200 GPM as a support, corrupted, but Voodoo Jester getting gone out again. But Engineers here
level
this
2
time.
curse. Big whiffs on Turret and Keg once again. Keg W having a little bit of a hard time setting these up. That could have been a for sure kill onto the rally at least. Meanwhile,
yep,
Pebbles.
So 3-1 now.
Torturer, gotta be careful here. Yes, you have double damage in a bottle. Pebbles let him sip all the way back up to full HP. Unfortunate. I would have liked to see just some aggressive play. Torture was really low there for a second. He's only got max HP of 600. He was at like half.
Right.
Planks down bottom. Right, the bullet again. The Curse Ground comes out, but there's 0 follow-up damage, so it's nothing's coming of it.
Oh yeah, things are starting to come together for BO3 in this match. The Corrupted having a fantastic time, almost 400 GPM now. Kraken doing very well in his 1v1. Magma's doing fine as well, but you know, Kraken. Actually, I'm not sure which hero I would rather have, Magmus or Kraken. They're both good. They're both very good at flash farming, setting up ganks. It's, you know, they both fit their niche very well.
I think Legion's gonna need him. They're not hitting the mark on their tri lane down here. Like 0 coordination happening between the skills, and maybe Hellborn's like sidestepping in a certain way and making them miss it. But they're gonna need to either get their shit together or have Magmus make it easier for them with some big stuns.
And we talked about, you know, Voodoo Jester has this great lane presence, but they're shutting it down right now, and you know, this hero does not transfer well into the mid game without a lead, and Pebbles taking a lot of heat between Engineer and Torture, gonna end up falling. So shutting down Pebbles in the mid lane, that's very good. But the Invis Magma shows up on Corrupted.
There we go, nice bounce. He had a full battery charge, but I think he's gonna die to that curse. Gets a lot of damage off though before he does, and ultimately he's gonna make this a better exchange.
They're not done on Magmus. This level 7 Magmus is in trouble. Huge bottom lane exchange. 3 for 1.
Oh, 20 HP on the rally. Gets away. No Mind Throne or Keg. I'm not sure if they would have connected, but they did. That would just it's a kill.
So we're still in laning phase, but with a 2,000 gold advantage in favor of BO3. So this is something that they're going to have to figure out how to solve. I mean, there's a very big laning item advantage in favor of Hellborn at the moment, and you know, Pebbles, as hard of a start as he had, he's got some space now, and he's about to hit that 200 GPM mark, and with a few levels, this hero can certainly recover. You know, it's not going to be the pace that you necessarily like to see on the hero, but Clanks forced into this little lake on the side.
Oh, and he walks back up the hill. Should have stayed put. Yeah, no mana on NG, and Voodoo nothing he can do by himself. They might be conceding this tower here, and if they try to defend it, yeah. Gets a nice cask off that might save Andro. Can they kill that turret?
Magmus and Torch are committing a lot of time here in the mid lane trying to find a kill on Pebbles, and they are about to commit to it. It looks like Magnus is going in.
Will he channel the eruption? There it goes.
But he's just out of range.
The Kraken ult saves him, and they get the punishing return kill. First signs of life here for the Hellborn team. Turning a gank attempt. After you said wasted a lot of time setting that up, to not get it kind of hurts.
Absolutely. And Pebbles is very aware of it. I believe the wards scouted out Torture's position. I was kind of paying attention to bottom, so I couldn't see the whole thing transpire, but he was positioned very defensively, and they still dove him anyway. But right here, Voodoo Jester getting seismic slammed by Rally. Just no chance.
Take my eyes off bottom for 1 second. Mid lane, Andromeda teaming up with herself on Torturer. Completely out of mana. He's got the little battery charge, but it's a shame Pebbles was not able to close that gap.
Get ready for
Just up pair Striders. Lava Surge on bottom here. Clank's playing around with that off-map area.
And you know, I love this lane ward that Hellborn has, just revealing everything about who's coming in with ports and the scouting out the defense tower, even during nighttime. Very low chance of getting countered. You know, usually you anticipate wards being placed in the jungle, not smack dab right in front of your tower. So Magnus getting gone up by Pebbles, and Andromeda picks up an invis rune, able to run away. But Voodoo Jester under fire again. This hero is just so squishy because of the start that he's had. Just gets deleted by Kraken and Rally.
Andromeda's still stalking the Magnus, using the... I don't know what she was using to track him, whether it was her... I definitely don't think it's too late.
Yeah, and we actually already have, I'm not sure if we've noticed it yet, we have a portal key on Kraken who actually finds a quick initiation onto Engineer, trying to chip him down.
Oh, he's gonna get away with scraps of HP, as is everybody else.
So the PK already finding its way onto Kraken. Rally, you know, escaping.
Devil's in trouble.
Still able to run away, you know, with the Andrew support there. And
where did all of Magnus gold go? I guess he just doesn't.
He's just yeah, I mean, he was having a good time, but I feel like he was just forced into trying to play catch up for his team. His team was really starting to struggle in the bottom lane, and you know, kind of even in the mid lane after they rotated the Engineer away.
Swap there. Put Torture in a real bad way, made her miss the stun. Ultimately, there comes the seismic slam. Pebbles is trying to do what he can. He's even going to get an avalanche off. No, it's still on cooldown. He dies to that cursed ground. Nice little bit of a turn here. Legion picks up 2.
There's the 2-for-1 exchange, yeah. So much needed, but still came at a cost. Corrupted Disciple takes out the first tower of the game.
Right. I think that's what
seems like. There's just no concrete victories here on the side of Legion at this point, and you know, with Rally getting that tower gold and you know just living in so many of these exchanges, he's about to have a portal key of his own, and you know they don't even need Pebbles to have the pacing this game, right? They've got Kraken and Rally at this point, but the hasted Engineer pushing very aggressively on Kraken, but he's just too tanky.
Pebbles is the portal key, the poor man's portal key.
Right.
Toss Rally on the Voodoo Jester and call it a day. 15 seconds is probably what we're gonna do with the seismic slam.
Link's getting chased down here by Corrupted and Andro, swapped out into the open. Gonna find a death there.
Yeah, Corrupted's the hidden gem right there. I think he has been ignored, and he's amassing a lot of strength right now.
Yeah, 400 GPM on him, 450 on Kraken. You know, and Corrupted going these very early game items. You know, with the probably picking up an Energizer out of that major totem. Already has the Astrolabe, so just kind of naturally carries.
The physical damage going out from a Paleman, basically doing nothing to Kraken.
Pebbles getting taken down by 3. But Pebbles, you know, just you got to know that Sate is just happy to be dying, right? Tanking these ganks for his team while everybody else just has a fantastic time, right? Yeah, their mid Pebbles isn't having a good time, but the supports are both at 270 GPM. It's great GPM for the supports. The other 2 core heroes over 500. One of them was almost at 500. It's yeah,
they're doing phenomenal, and this Legion team, the squishy factor that you described, it's still a problem.
Oh, it's definitely starting to show up at this point.
They're all just dead. I mean, like, Rally can almost kill them all by himself. You know, it's like the well-placed slam. Such low HP pools.
You know, no matter what happens in this game, we're probably going to see Legion hanging on at least until they lose an uphill fight. So just have to buckle up and see exactly if they're able to turn anything out before then. Not let this lead spiral further out of control.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, Sasuke's starting to stack up these ancients to make sure to soak up every little bit. This is kind of what they do when they're feeling themselves. The Snowbust GG, they turn a little lead and they just start to multiply it little by little. They've got that momentum that you were describing, and I am fearful for as the ways for Legion to get back into this game start to dwindle.
They are starting to get, prioritizing protecting Pebbles here in this top lane, so he can make his way towards the portal key. But thankfully, we actually see that Magnus has amassed about 1,500 gold. Looking at some of these stacks, might be trying to inch closer toward a portal key of his own as he catches Andromeda out here with a lava surge. But Rally is nearby, as well as Corrupted Disciple and Kraken. Trying to get a little gank here on Andromeda, but it could spell trouble. Spell trouble for Torturer.
They pay with their best hero. Torturer falls, and Voodoo Jester. Not even get a curse off. Troubling times.
So Magnus just not able to find the space to farm. Corrupted Disciple just coming in, cleaning up some gold. After finding those kills. Lead, golden experience, 10k. Pebbles halfway to a portal key. You know, and one other thing I want to say about Pebbles and his pacing, like, yeah, it's not fantastic. He's probably going to get a portal key around 19 minutes, maybe 18 minutes, but relative to the other team, his pacing's fantastic. They're having such a bad time that, it doesn't matter that his portal key was delayed. The other team is having a horrible time. He's still going to be a powerhouse and dangerous. See a light brand finished on Clank, so if he's able to find the space to farm, it's a fantastic item to help him clean up stacks and everything. But smoke burned by Voodoo Jester to try and get near this Pebbles. But Andrew is nearby.
Hard for them to set this up. PK now available on Magnus. No tier 1 for him to TP though, and support his team up at top. There we go with the cask. What's he waiting for? It never comes out.
It's out of range. Throws it onto Voodoo. Misses the curse ground on Pebbles. Just has to back out, unfortunately. Just not fast enough on Voodoo Jester.
Magnus channeling Eruption. Gonna look to jump on Corrupted Disciple here and punish him. He's got a decent amount of magic armor, so that didn't do a whole lot to him, with enough of Torture keeping him locked down. Uh-oh. Rally punishing, misses the slam. They get the big kill on Corrupt, though.
It is a pretty favorable exchange. Torture for Corrupted. Corrupted had the GPM lead for sure, so. But it's a small one. They lose Kraken, or lose Clanks to Kraken in the meantime. And the tower. Ugh.
Yeah. It's a, every time Legion team gets one step, Melbourne takes 3 or 4 giant leaps. But We'll see. I mean, we haven't seen any synergy yet. We haven't seen an energy field into, AoE from Torturer. I know that it's getting a lot harder to kill these guys, and none of them are actually easy anymore. I wouldn't even say Andro is
No,
an easy pickoff. So the
no,
fact that
that's
it's
the
a level
beauty of
2
having.
eruption.
It's the beauty of having gold on your supports is it takes away the easy targets, and you can start to really win favorable exchanges repeatedly. And a surprise shrunken head on Kraken. It was level 15. So, just the league over here on Kraken having a game, 525 GPM.
3-man stun into 3-man curse would be beautiful here, but I think VJ is going to get caught first. Because the 1-man curse, they disrupt the Kraken a little bit, but again, where's the damage? Where's the follow-up damage on a rally after the curse? Clinks is not even attacking the rally. And here comes the energy field. Again, no support. Basically used to save himself. I think they've lost, or if they even ever had it. Not the best teamwork here. I think we're getting to that point. Looks like your prediction was correct.
Well, I changed my prediction to Magnus being on the winning team. But unfortunately, just not the case here. Busno GG seems to be on their way to putting an end to the Magnus dominance in this series. And one step closer to finding themselves in the grand finals of this first cycle.
Yeah,
it's not over yet.
It's definitely not. I don't know how Magnus got that portal key so late when he was toe-to-toe with the Kraken, but he's got level 2 eruption here. They could easily start getting double kill pickoffs. He still has a bit of a power surge, especially with some teams behind him, but it's got to be soon, and it's got to be, painless. They can't trade 2 for 2. They got to get the 2 back out, buy some space, put some fear into the Hellborn team, because right now they are not afraid of anything, and this is their game.
It's just psychological. It's really, I think it's really difficult for them to fight against the pattern, or not be convinced that the pattern they've been seeing is going to continue. They just seem to be one step behind Hellborn this entire time, just never able to turn an exchange in their favor, no matter what they seem to be doing. So it just causes a lot of reluctance in their ability to, commit to plays. I can just only imagine being in their seat.
Pebbles activating a haste rune. He's got a Veiled Rot, and he's got that deep ward in there. It looks like they're going to be making a closing. There goes the Magnus ulti, but I think it's
sweet revenge.
Not really any good targets for him. Kind of just soaks it into Andro. Hate to see that. They really needed that. I think this might be the often.
And they do actually get this kill on what you got. He was cursed, tried to port back to the home well to counter the damage from curse, but the big thing that I noticed about that kill and the domination streak ending on the level 12 rally is that Voodoo Jester actually didn't get experience for it because he was dead before it went off. So it's just, yeah, they got that one big kill, but they still don't even get maximum value out of it.
No,
and they also lost 2 for it.
That would have been huge for him. 2-3 levels.
Right.
Maybe more.
Because as there was a change that was made maybe 3 years ago at this point where as long as you kill a hero and you're alive, doesn't matter where they are on the map, you still get the experience for them. So it really buffed kind of these long-range heroes like, people that run away with Cursed Ground on them and fall, or somebody like Slither, or especially Thunderbringer. Nice little buff to heroes like those, but
oh yeah,
still don't get the XP when you die, or if you're dead.
Hellborn team may be in positioning to take this tower and into a Kongor and end the game. See what they do. Kraken jumps out. Magnus, I think he got tableted, but
We've got Snap the Masters. on their way into game. This is a nearly a 25k gold lead for BO3. This is rough.
Dude, Pebbles going for staff too.
Oh yeah, Staff of the Master is almost seen all the time on Pebbles. I don't think you can get away from it on this hero anymore. It's too good.
I just need the Restoration Stone, and my dream will be complete. VJ spotted out here.
Putting the hammer down here in the bottom lane. Kraken goes in with the Shrunken.
Painful. I mean, Corrupt Disciple just one shot at that Voodoo Jester. One right click, pretty much. Let's see. See what kind of stand they can make on the high ground. I mean, they're going to go get that token, and there's really nothing pushing them, holding them back. All tier 2 towers down. Ward vision on both ends of the map, bottom lane and top lane. You're going to have every advantage that you could need on top of that 25,000 golden experience. Going to take a miracle.
I mean, just look how tanky this Andromeda is. This is an Andro support with 1400 HP. Torture's going to make a go at it, but he's still not going to be able to kill him. Maybe with the help of Magnus.
Barely.
Okay. But, I mean, think about how tanky that Andro support is.
That's
good grief.
Support, yeah. I mean, Andro has more gold than everybody on the Legion team. She's beating Twinks, who's their top farmer, and everybody under him. So, the Voodoo Jester just punished this this very risky lineup. They had it seemed like they had it going, but
it was a nice idea, but just in the end, Hellborn just played it right. You know, had a little bit of interest in trying to help their Pebbles out in the mid lane, getting dual lane, but realizing that actually more important to win the side lanes, especially against the Voodoo lane. I think they sensed how weak that hero is going into the mid lane if it's not able to accomplish what it wants to in lane. Because it's a very scary hero to play against in lane, but outside of that, if you can shut down that phase for that hero, we're seeing it right now in real time. This hero becomes nothing. It's just squishy, it doesn't have a reliable stun anymore. You know, it's hard for it to get the Cursed Ground off in a reliable fashion. It has really no good ultimate play. It just...
Yeah. He's a good pub stomp mid hero. Because if you get the farm on him, you get that Staff of the Master, it's a whole nother story. Here we go, the final skirmish going on. Clank's going to immediately get melted. Lava Surge comes in, and Pebble's taking a little bit of damage, but so much support around him. They're all just waiting for to pick their target. A lone engineer all in the distance. The rest of the Legion team starts to get deleted in various areas.
And that's it. That is it, guys. In a 2-1 fashion, BO3 takes the second or the third match of the series, going into the grand finals against Team Tim. And Matthew